Hey, what's up guys? You're watching Team APS, Paul here. In today's video, in light of recent pack releases, I decided I'm going to share some tips for buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This is mostly aimed at beginners, but I mean honestly these are tips that anybody could probably take and apply. So yeah, this should be really useful if you're just kind of confused about what products to buy or kind of like how to go about purchasing cards like singles versus packs. So yeah, it should be great. Let's hop right in. So the number one rule, I would say at least, is that singles are better than buying packs. So this is oftentimes a bit alienating to new players who might be used to the idea of buying a lot of booster packs, like at the store, at like Walmart or Target or just kind of those types of places. But yeah, the truth is if you're looking for specific cards out of a set, it's generally better to just outright buy them like online or I guess from a vendor or a person in real life. But yeah, so let's take the newest set, Invasion Vengeance, for example. If you want a totally awesome cards going for like $50, maybe that's just some crazy rough guess. But if you want that, it's honestly better to just pay $50 and get a totally awesome than continue to buy packs and hope for one, because you'll spend much more money on average buying packs hoping to pull a specific card than you will just kind of getting it outright. And that, I mean, goes for pretty much anything that's not like a common or a rare. Like commons and rares, I guess you could buy a few packs and hope. But generally, if it's a foil card, you're gonna want to just kind of buy it outright, especially if you need like a play set or something. Now, that isn't to say that buying, blister packs or single packs or boxes isn't a good idea. In fact, we'll kind of get into that a little bit later. But yeah, just if you're looking for very specific stuff, I advise buying it individually. Now, the next tip, which might seem a bit counter to the first one, is buy things in bulk. So let me explain here. Basically, if you're not particularly concerned about what you get from a set, you're just kind of buying, we'll just say packs of Invasion Vengeance in this example. You're buying Invasion Vengeance packs, just kind of hoping to pull stuff, like I don't really care what I pull, I just want to get some stuff that's worth some money or get it really tradable. Then it's better to buy packs in bulk, like if you're going to be. So you might have heard the term blister packs. Those are those packs that have the actual like cardboard back and then like the plastic covering and then the packs inside. And that's what you usually find at, the Walmarts, the Targets, the other sort of convenience stores or gas stations and things like that. So those are usually $3.99 on average. And the thing is, you can usually buy a box of a set for around like $60 to $70. So you'll be getting 24 packs for much less than you would pay like buying them individually. So generally speaking, it's better to buy a box. Bulk is always better. That's kind of just how it is like in business and purchases in general. So yeah, if you're ever trying to just kind of invest in a set in general, then bulk is better. And I mean, if you have a load of money, then you could even buy like a case of a set, which is like 12 boxes, and that's usually less than the price of individually buying 12 boxes. So, and this also applies to decks as well. So if you're trying to get a deck, I usually advise just buying it all together outright from like one person who's like, selling it the whole thing, usually online, but sometimes in person. It just tends to work a lot better than trying to kind of, pull cards from here and there and this person and that person, because you'll end up losing a lot of money paying fluctuating prices for lots of different things, and it takes a lot longer. So my advice if you're looking for a deck too is to just try to buy it all outright. Next thing to keep in mind is that recency tends to be best. I get a lot of questions on, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, people asking like, I've got some money, I'm getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! What sets should I be buying if I just want to get good trades? And the answer is pretty much always going to be the most recent sets. You always just kind of want to buy the main series pack that just released, in this case Invasion Vengeance, 3 months ago I guess would have been like the Dark Illusion. You always want to be buying sort of just the most recent pack releases, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Has gotten to a point where it moves very quickly, products release very fast, ban lists happen, power creep happens, the meta moves forward, and prices are, prices, they're not sticky. Like prices will pretty much always be just going up and down, and generally down. There are a few cards that have maintained value over time, like as of the time of me making this video, like Crystal Wing and Cypher and Lord Omega. But generally speaking, the newer cards are going to be worth more than the older cards, and so if you're investing, it's better to buy the newer sets. You have a much greater chance of pulling something that you can actually profit off of. Yeah, and that gets me into my fourth point though, which is everything will be reprinted. Keep this in mind. If you're not trying to make like a whole lot of money off of Yu-Gi-Oh or anything, you're actually just trying to build decks and you're trying to save as much money as you can, keep in mind, every card will eventually be reprinted. No matter how expensive, no matter how notorious, prize cards even, you know, at like YCS events and like Worlds and stuff, this stuff just always gets reprinted at some point or another. So, you know, right now, Pot of Desires and stuff like that will eventually be reprinted. Solemn Strike got reprinted. It's still expensive, but it's going to get reprinted again. Believe me, Solemn Strike will be like a comment or something in a structure deck in a few months. Like, there's really no telling. And so that goes for, you know, Totally Awesome right now, Dimensional Barrier right now, Psyframe Omega and Crystal Wing, and all these things will eventually be reprinted, and the reprints will always be cheaper. So if you are not in an absolute rush to buy something, it is almost always in your best interest to just wait. And now if it's something you need to complete your deck, then different story. Trail and I did make a video with some budget replacements, by the way, for Pot of Desires and Solemn Strike. I don't know if I said that earlier, but Strike. You can check out that video. I'll have it linked in somewhere on the screen. But yeah, so definitely be patient. It's not the worst thing in the world to just kind of wait. And last but not least, just do your homework. What I mean is just always keep abreast of prices. This game, like I said, prices fluctuate really fast. Stuff goes up, stuff goes down. You want to make sure that if you're going to be trying to like sell or trade your cards, you're getting at least the best value you can for them. You don't want to get ripped off, and you also kind of don't want to rip other people off. I guess you can help it, but not everybody's that concerned with that. But still, just make sure that you're doing the research. Make sure that you're kind of keeping track of how much stuff costs. A great place to keep track of card prices is in fact TCGplayer, and that is not me plugging it. It is actually just sort of how it is. You can look up any card on their website and you'll see what the average prices are, and it's really useful for knowing what to buy and sell for, how much to value your trades and things. So yeah, you'll just want to make sure you do that, because being an informed trader helps so much. You don't ever want to just get ripped off. And those are my 5 tips for people who are beginning to invest in Yu-Gi-Oh, beginning to spend a little bit of money, but also don't want to unnecessarily spend a lot of money. So hopefully this can save you some time, save you some cash, and get you the cards you want a little bit faster, a little bit easier. Remember, check out TCGplayer. It's where you can buy all of these sealed products, all of these single cards. So yeah, they're my sponsor. That'd be really cool. All the sponsor stuff and social media is down in the description if you want to check it out. And this month, remember, I'm giving away a box of Invasion Vengeance. If you want to enter for a chance to win, that's also in the description. And finally, in the comments, share any other tips you might have for new people who are kind of, they got some money, they want to invest, but you know, what would you say? What are good practices and do's and don'ts, you know? So that's the video. I will catch you guys in the next one. This week should have a lot of Invasion Vengeance content and theme duel stuff moving forward. So yeah, it should be great. Bye guys.